Okay, I have a new effect for you today. I call it the Bermuda Triangle card trick. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the Bermuda Triangle is a region in the Atlantic Ocean infamous for mysterious disappearances of ships and planes. In fact, stories of vanishing vessels date back centuries. And so you'll see why I use this name in just a moment. I'm going to assume I have a spectator A on the left, spectator B on the right. So spectator A, I need you to come in here and choose any red card that you like. Okay, so they would come in here and choose any card that they like. That'd be fine. Okay. Spectator B, I need you to do the same. Come in here and choose any black card. It's a free choice. So maybe they'll choose this one right here. That's just fine. Now, since I don't have a spectator here, we're all going to have to see the cards. And what I thought we would do is just substitute out ones that'll be easy for us to remember, since we're being asked to remember two cards simultaneously here. So let's say spectator A randomly chose this card here, Ace of Hearts. Spectator B, Ace of Spades, okay? Now, they wouldn't show their cards, of course, to the performer or the other spectators, right? Okay, very good. Now, you as the performer, you just need to choose 4 random red cards, and then 4 random black, okay? So here comes the Bermuda Triangle Shuffle. So let me show you this. You deal out the cards into a triangle. That's where the name came from, and then you just stack in opposite order, opposite orientation. Now, this particular shuffle has some very mysterious and even spooky effects on a packet of cards, as you'll see. Now, at this point, you have the spectators randomly stack their individual cards on top of the packet. Now, we really should mix the cards, so why don't we go ahead and just deal them out into 2 piles. With random stacking decided by, let's say, spectator A. How would you like these stacked? Left on right? Okay. Another great mixing procedure is the Klondike Shuffle. Okay, this is where you take the top and bottom. I did that kind of fast. Why don't we do it slower? You take the top and bottom cards off as one. Okay, just like that. That's called the Klondike Shuffle. Now from here, I'm going to just deal out into 2 piles, and we'll have each of you take the top card that's in front of you as far as the piles. So this would be spectator A's card, spectator B's card right there. Spectator B, how would you like these stacked? Right on left? Okay. Now we really should mix these further. So spectator A, how should I stack these? Left on right. And spectator B, how would you like these stacked now? Left on right again. Okay. A note to you as a performer, you can deal into 2 piles with random stacking as many times as the spectators like. Some additional mixing you could do is the Klondike Shuffle as many times as they ask for. Okay, since we've introduced that shuffle already, you can perform this now 1 time or 50 times if you like. Okay. So once they're content with the mixing, we're going to go ahead and use our Bermuda Triangle dealing here, and then we'll stack in the same order that we did before. And then all we do is we just separate the bottom 4 cards from the top 4 cards. Okay, and then just turn to spectator A and say, can you slide your card into either one of these piles? And maybe they'll choose this one right here. That's just fine. And then that would leave spectator B to put their card somewhere in here. Now, when it comes to the Bermuda Triangle, the absolute worst outcome is for a ship or plane to be utterly swallowed up by the ocean itself. So for the first time, spectator A, what was the card that you saw at the beginning? And of course, they're going to say the Ace of Hearts, right? Spectator B, what was your card? Ace of Spades. Okay, well, let's just see. Did either one of you or both of you get swallowed up by the Bermuda Triangle? Let's just take a look. Okay, what's going on here? I think looks like both of you got swallowed whole by the Bermuda Triangle. If I'm not mistaken, I believe spectator A, you said your card was the Ace of Hearts, utterly surrounded and enveloped by water. Spectator B, your card, I believe, was the Ace of Clubs, and it's also floating to the bottom of the sea. Okay, whoa, how do we do that? Quick note here. At the very end, there's just two possibilities. Either they're all red and all black, and the spectator's cards will be in the right place, of course, as far as color. Or it could be that all of these are black, and then maybe the red ace is over here. Okay, so it could be that these get switched, okay, which is not a problem because the same framing of the narrative works. Because in both situations, you can clearly say that each of them individually got swallowed up by the surrounding water. Okay, very good. Okay, so how do you do this? Let's take a look at it. Well, the only thing I need to point out really is when I did the Bermuda Triangle dealing, you remember how I dealt like that and I stacked in opposite order, okay? That creates what's called a Bessey sequence of order 8 relative to red and black. So I will add a link in the description below that will talk about that structure. But that organization of a packet is unharmed by most of the systematic shuffles that we use today. So that's why it survives. And then once you place the spectator's cards on top, you've done the triangle dealing, and then you have their cards placed in random order on top. That's just fine. So from there, you are free. In fact, you need to do one left-right shuffle with random stacking, but just one of those. So it doesn't matter how you stack them, that's fine. And then you do need to do 2 Klondikes, okay? The way I framed it was I said, oh, I did that one a little bit fast. Why don't we do it a bit more slowly? Okay, this is how the Klondike works, okay? But you need 2 Klondikes there. And then from there, of course, we just dealt out into 2 piles. We have the spectator take the top card of each, right? Randomly stack these. Now this is back to, quote, a Bessey sequence structure. So this can be dealt out into 2 piles with random stacking, decided by the spectator as many times as the spectator likes. Same thing with the Klondike. It won't hurt it, okay? So once you've done that mixing, you deal out into this little Bermuda Triangle configuration one more time, stacking in this way. And it will be the case that the top and bottom 4 cards will be of one color. These will either be all red and these black or vice versa, okay? And then when they insert their cards into the packets, 2 possibilities. Either they're all the same color, which you can explain as the ocean swallowing them up, or their card will be the only one out of sync with the color of the surrounding cards. So you can say that the ocean has certainly swallowed them up and taken them to the depths below. Okay. Well, anyway, this will work as is. If you want to learn about Bessey sequences, take a look at the link below. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.